What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 4 of the Sin City 2025 Old School Open. We got a couple of rad decks to show you that I haven't been on camera yet, so without further ado, let's get into those deck lists. First up, we have Ken with this beauty of a white, blue, black artifact deck. And it's also just running a ton of really cool, spicy one-ofs. This deck is fully powered, so there's a lot of cool things going on with that, but the one-ofs definitely are what make this interesting. We've got a Mirror Universe, a one-of Triskelion, Icy Manipulator, Winter Orb, Relic Barrier, Ivory Tower, a Mana Vault, Power Sink, actually 2 Felwar Stones, 2 Transmute Artifacts just to go find all those one-of cool artifacts, and your standard suite of removal with Disenchants, Divine Offerings, Swords of Plowshares, and Balance. Oh, and those 2 Abysses up there in the top. The sideboard continues some of the spice with some one-ofs in Guardian Beast, Disrupting Scepter, City in a Bottle, which is just a good sideboard card, obviously, and then also starts to double up on some of the main board cards, including another Triskelion, another Relic Barrier, the 4 Swords, and the 4th Disenchant. And also just has a little bit extra spice of 2 Sage Lot Noms too. So I'm not entirely sure what to call this, but I'm just going to go with white, blue, black artifacts. This is a really cool list, and I'm excited to see how it plays. But first, who's he playing against? Next up, we have Chris on another artifact deck. We're going to have artifact versus artifact deck, but this one is pretty much monocolor and is really interesting. Yes, it is a shops deck, but I think its main win cons are not creature based. Yes, there are 4 Triskelions in the main. However, when I was talking with Chris about this deck, he was trying to win through a very different means. Basically, he wants to win through Mirror Universe. And how do you find that one of Mirror Universe in your deck? Well, you find it by drawing a lot of cards with the Book of Wrath, which is a 6-drop enchantment from the dark, where you pay 2 life, draw a card. Now there are other draw effects here, and there's also even a tutor effect in Knowledge Vault, which is also another really cool add. But yeah, that's the main game plan for the win, is just to spend all your life drawing cards till you find that Mirror Universe, flip it, and deal the last little bit of damage with the Trikes or potentially the Factories. There is a lot of disruption here with Icy Manipulators, a 4 of Nevinyrral's Discs as well. There is 4 Candelabras to get some mana acceleration going. Being able to untap those workshops is just a really good plan with Candelabra. There are the full suite of Tron lands here as well, and he is also running 4 Ivory Towers for that little extra life gain against potentially aggro decks. There are also 4 Deserts and 1 Maze of Ith for the aggro matchups too. Sideboard, he has 2 more Knowledge Vaults, 3 more Maze of Ith, 3 of Onulet, which I'm going to be honest, I did have to look up, which is a 3-drop 2/2 artifact creature for those really aggressive matches, but also could potentially be an extra win con. And to continue the obscure artifacts, a 1 of Racolite, which is another 6-drop, pay to prevent 1 damage to any creature or player, and then you have to bounce it back to your hand. So not the best rate of return, but still a really cool card, really cool art too. Another rush card that I actually have not really seen much play of. And then we got Tormod's Crypt, City in a Bottle, another Disrupting Scepter, Fountain of Youth, another Mirror Universe, and a Reflecting Mirror. Overall, this is a really spicy deck list, and I'm hoping we get to see it do its thing. So those are the decks. Let's start up the games. And here we go. Chris is on the left, Ken is on the right. This should be an interesting matchup, mostly because of just the amount of creativity in both these decks. Ken having a lot of one-ofs, is running a lot of powerful cards, having a fully powered list. And Chris running a very cool shops list that does not, I believe, have any power. I think I called that correctly. But how about an Orb and a Candelabra of Thanos on a turn 1? That's a hell of a way to start. We'll see what Ken can do here. I only did just get a flash of his hand, but seemed like there's some good stuff. Let's play an Underground Sea. See if we got any of those spicy one-of fun-ofs. Not immediately dropping stuff down, so he is in fact actually just going to pass here. But he's going to draw 3 cards on Chris's turn. Okay. Triskelion turn 2. That is spicy. Notably can't use that Candelabra right now. All tapped out. Can't activate the orb either. And Ken now has all his colors of mana online. Alright, there's a Mana Vault. to a Felwar Stone, which I'm not actually sure. Does that just tap for colorless? Alright, there's a disenchant on the trike. The trike will shoot you for 3.
Well done, sir. Well done. Finito? Yeah, no.
Ken opting for his own Vegas-style dice. Makes sense. We are in Vegas. Beautiful venue. If you guys ever get the chance to come to the next Sin City Open, I highly recommend it. The event organizers, James in particular, did a hell of a job. Alright, there's a Maze of Ith. No threats for it right now, but that's not what's important. And there's that Book of Wrath. Again, it's pay 2 life, draw a card. Don't have to discard. I don't even think you have to tap the book, actually. It could be mistaken. It's a weird one from, I think, the Dark. It's a cool one, though. Paired with Mirror Universe, it's like a very alt WinCon, but I dig it. Hey, there's a factory. Speaking of WinCons, that could potentially get the job done if Ken can take care of this maze. Alright, we are going to take an extra turn here. Going to take a point from that vault. That vault has, I think, done the majority of the damage to this game. Doing a little math here. Is he trying to decide if he wants to pay for it? Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there, but... Because he should have taken some damage. I'm sorry somebody will rewatch this. I'm not going to rewatch it because we're commentating live. Both players doing a little bit of math. But I mean commentating live, like pseudo live. I don't rewatch footage. I don't preview this ahead of time. What you're getting is my initial experience. Okay, looks like he did actually take some damage, maybe off of it by a point, but down to 14. There's a strip. Stripping the maze would be pretty good. Yep, looks like that's what's gonna happen. And you can swing in with that factory if you so choose. Your opponent's sitting at 20 life. It looks like we're just going to tap 3 instead. There's a Winter Orb. No, it's just going to pass. Yeah, Winter Orb into a board with Candelabra does not seem great. Ooh, there's a strip. Probably just hitting the factory, right? Oh, okay, we're activating the orb.
Nice.
And that is a good flip.
That's a good looking flip.
No more white for Ken.
13.
Is still not paying for the Mana Vault. It's going to take another point of damage. There's a Relic Barrier, I believe. And another factory. Nope, choosing not to play that. Right. Gonna play Underground Sea. Say go. Being very cautious with his factories, I think. But Chris choosing to not activate. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's an Icy Manipulator that's gonna get mana drained. So Ken with a lot of mana at the beginning of his turn. Why? What would you use it for, I guess? You can't use it for the Mana Vault just because of the timing. But you do have a lot of mana floating you need to use. Or you're going to get burned out. I mean, you can obviously animate the Mistress Factory over and over and over again to use it all up. But is that the best use of it? I don't think so. There's a recall in hand. Good recall for... Oh, sorry, Ancestral Recall. Yeah. Recall for Ancestral Recall, is that what we're doing? Get a Time Walk too. Okay, pitching an orb, and what else are we grabbing? Alright, yep, that makes sense. Oh, okay, and the counter spell. Or Mana Drain. That seems pretty good. Pay 1, yep. Draw 3 more cards. Another Felwar Stone. Those Felwar Stones not doing much in this matchup. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure they do not tap for colorless mana, which is all Chris is producing. I think all his deck actually does produce, so those Felwar Stones are pretty dead draws. And maybe in game 2 we'll see those taken out. Alright, there's a Tron land. Yet another colorless land. Ken gesturing at his Felwar Stones, doing not much here. Ooh, now there's a mirror universe. That is interesting. Chris does have the combo online here. Alright, gotta take a point. Plays out another factory. I guess that was the second one we knew that he had in hand, but it had switched for the Underground Sea. Are we swinging in here for 2? Looks like it. Okay. And say go. First damage on Chris. Chris going to activate his Book of Ross to draw a card, take 2. Again, this is the combo, the thing he wants to do. Now, notably, he hasn't gotten any of his big mana. Okay, there's... Never mind, there's a bunch of candles. There's an ivory tower. Ken taking another point, dropping to 10. Notably, 7 of that damage that's been done to him has been from his own vault, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, we're getting in for 2 factories. The race is on. Oh no, we're gonna play Tome instead. Chris gonna activate the book, draw a card.
This is sick. This is sick. Something cool is gonna happen. I can feel it. Something cool is gonna happen.
Alright, there's a desert. Doesn't do much against the factories, but could potentially. Oh, and there's a disc. Which will eat the counterspell that Ken brought back. Just having an open disc could be dangerous, obviously. I actually don't know if there's some kind of interaction with Mirror Universe.
Go to 9.
Maybe not. But if Chris can get his life down to 1 and pass, it does seem like Ken does not want to pay for that vault trigger, and he does have the mana to do it at this point. It almost would be better to do so and take a turn off. Okay, there's a trike, and there's a relic barrier. And Ken has no more cards in hand as well.
I'm at 9.
Now, it's too bad Relic Barrier doesn't say untap. I know that would be grossly unfair.
You can't. That doesn't. That's for casting an artifact. Right. Oh, tap. Another 3. Sorry.
Discussion happening here. I don't believe you can use the
What are you doing here? Floating 9 colorless? Okay.
workshop's mana for artifact abilities, right? Yes. Oh no, we're doing mana burn here. That's what's happening. All right, bring back the old school I mean, we are in old school. So using the candelabras and his non-workshop lands. And we're going to mirror universe here.
One card to rule them all.
Chris feeling comfortable about being able to deal the remaining 5. Right, there's an icy. That is pretty big. Being able to icy the trike is not bad. Okay, we're going to strip mine one of the factories. You got an answer for 1 creature right now. Of course, that relic barrier can tap down. And this is the part where Ken is trying to decide if he wants to pay for the mana vault. Finally. I think he is. Yes, alright. No longer going to be taking damage for that.
You have the IC. Draw phase.
Drew a card. Was it anything relevant?
We'll declare combat.
Nope, just gonna pass the turn in response. Or at least go to combat. Yeah, tap down your trike. Now, you can still get in with a factory. Just kind of depends on how you worded this. If you said go to combat.
Respond by tapping the trike. It doesn't matter. Trike is tapped. I'll make the.
Alright, so we are gonna animate and swing in. Land for turn and say go. So Ken having the upper hand here, but really needing... Ooh, yeah, I'm going to use the relic barrier to tap down. Makes sense. That trike can get in next turn. Potentially presenting lethal if Chris doesn't have an answer here. Okay, we're going to generate 6 mana for his own trike.
So sick.
Say go. And the standoff begins. I think Ken is in an advantageous position here. He can use the relic barrier to tap down his opponent's trike, which will happen.
Activate the factory. Attack.
Then swing in for 6, right? Yeah. Okay, gonna shoot the factory.
Take 4.
Take some damage off the trike. Go to 4. And what did Ken draw?
He's coming down to the wire.
Nope, just gonna say go.
He's coming down to the wire.
This is some serious tension. Both players just staring each other down. Now, Chris can swing in for 2 here. The relic barrier is going to be coming for that trike, no matter what. Alright. Land for turn. I believe that was a power plant. Untap. Oh, I see. He activated the tome to draw a card. Yeah. Okay. In the max amount of views. Looks at cards. Oh, we're gonna try to use the IC to tap down the relic barrier, which will work. Alright, IC tap down the trike. Oh, there's a swords. Nasty. I think that's just Well, it kind of depends what Chris has, I guess. But it might just be game. Yep, that is going to be game. And we are going to go to game number 2. All right, here we are in game number 2. I'm sure both players had some good sideboard cards, some cards they definitely want to take out. I know Ken is definitely going to be looking to get those Felwar stones out of there. Not seeing a single colored source of land from Chris. And I'm pretty sure there are none in the deck, so that's a pretty easy sideboard out. All right, and Chris will start with a factory, say go. How about a strip mine? Say go. And the choice to not immediately strip is interesting because, yeah, then there's the orb. Being able to use that factory for mana is a little dangerous. I would strip it now, but nope. Okay, we're gonna pass. Also, just want to call out that Ken is starting at 21 life for some reason. Hopefully that gets caught by either player pretty soon. And activating the orb. Before the orb, activate the Loa. And let's orb Loa, and that is good. That's a very nice technique for orb flipping. You can tell Chris has done that a lot. Alright, plays out a power plant. And say go. Ken must have some sort of 2 or 3 mana spell in hand that he really wants to play out. Alright, there's Ivory Tower. I see what the plan was. Play it a little slow. Get the Ivory Tower, gain some life. Use the library, keep your hand full. Okay, good. Ken caught that he was supposed to be at 20 life. However, when your opponent's running Mirror Universe, you maybe don't want to have your life total be so much greater than theirs. It could potentially prove to be problematic. Untap. We gain 3. Now Ken with the full grip here. Potentially gonna have something worth doing. There's an Underground Sea. 3 mana up. I think I see a Relic Barrier. Could be relevant. Definitely nice for tapping down that factory. Alright, there's a Demonic Tutor. Okay. What are we gonna grab? Do you just go grab Lotus? Do you grab... Yeah. Ancestral Recall. Makes sense. Can't cast it this turn. We are gonna strip the factory though. I think just checking the cost to activate, which I believe is 4 mana. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. Alright, Ken getting to draw a grip full of cards here. Oh, that playmat sliding around a little bit. This is my travel mat. Spellground's 30th anniversary. I didn't hunt down all these signatures that came like that. Ooh, there's a disenchant. Okay. This is a cool piece of Magic history that they decided to produce. And I definitely want to show my support for it because, yeah, these mats are definitely some of the best I've ever... Oop, dropping cards here. Alright, there's a Mind Twist. And Ken gaining so much life here. Grand has not touched Chris's life total at all yet. Oh, there's a Soul Ring. We can definitely get that Mind Twist up there. Yeah, you might want to hold that strip back for the factory. Dragon Mind Twist for all the cards in your hand. There's an Icy, an Icy, a Trike, and a Disc. That seems well worth it. And Ken just gonna pass here. Alright, Chris finding Tronland. I think it was another power plant, and I think that's what he's gonna play out. He's just gonna pass. Looking maybe a little demoralized here, staring across a full grip of cards. Ken gaining a ton of life. He actually did miss the tower trigger this time, but I think it's fine. He's so far ahead. There's a disenchant. And the one of Guardian Beast is out. Alright, there's a Disrupting Scepter. That's pretty solid. To make Ken discarding some of his cards. Remembers the tower trigger this time. Alright, there's an orb. And we get the Guardian Beast orb. Alright, targeting the scepter. Ken's first orb flip, and it is good. I'll come back. Now Beast could swing in for 2 if he really wanted to. He hasn't seen any sort of instant speed removal from Chris's side for artifacts. Not saying it's not there, but oh, we are gonna strip the factory. Makes sense. Alright, there's an Icy. Oh, yep, Ken pointing out. Nice little synergy of Guardian Beast and the orb. Lets you keep bringing the orb back. And has a disenchant for the Icy. I believe that's the third one. And Ken in a very commanding spot here because he can just continually orb flip until Chris has no more permanents, once per turn. Pretty brutal. Alright, there's a Relic Barrier. That'll shut off a lot of Chris's deck. Okay, we are going to orb flip. And that is good. Chris down to 3 lands. Draw for turn. And I think we're just getting the scoop. Ken takes it down in a clean 2-0. Alright, thank you all for watching. Unfortunately, Chris didn't get to really do the thing in game 2, but we did get to see Mirror Universe go off in game 1. It was really down to the wire. I'm glad we got to see that. Congrats to Ken again. Love to see a deck running that many 1-ofs, just getting to do the cool things. And thanks to all of you for watching and making it this far. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out, helps find your way back here as well. We got a few more rounds of Old School left for this Sin City Open. We got a ton of pre-modern, including an entire pre-modern tournament I also recorded at this event. If you want to support the channel financially, there is a Patreon link in the video description below. That money goes towards gear upgrades, travel expenses like going to this tournament, and just making more videos. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.